Far beyond Earth, in a dark part of space, a giant alien ship floated silently. This ship belonged to the Zarkan Empire, a powerful race of beings that controlled hundreds of planets. They were cold, logical, and emotionless. Everything in their world was based on reason. Art, music, and feelings did not exist for them. One quiet night, deep in their control center, a strange sound came through the communication system. Commander Varn, a young alien technician, said, "We have received a signal." Commander Varn turned slowly, his eyes glowing with pale blue light. "Origin?" he asked. "Unknown planet. Third from a small star. Codename, Earth." The room fell silent. Earth was considered a primitive world. The Zarkans had never paid it much attention. They believed humans were weak, slow, and chaotic. But this signal, it was something different. "Play the signal," Commander Varn ordered. The sound filled the room. It was music. A soft piano melody began, full of emotion and mystery. Then came the sound of a human voice, singing in a language the Zarkans didn't understand, but they felt it. For the first time, they felt something. It confused and frightened them. "This is not logical," Varn whispered. One of the older scientists stepped back, his voice shaking. "This sound is not created by any known math pattern. It bends rules, it changes rhythm. It is—" He stopped, searching for a word. "Alive." "Impossible," Varn snapped. "All sound follows logic. All data has structure." "Not this," the scientist said. "This breaks every rule we know." Varn stared at the screen. The signal was still playing. The song changed. Now it was fast, wild, full of drums and electric guitar. It made no sense, yet it was beautiful in a strange way. "Send a scout ship," Varn ordered. "We will observe this planet. Stealth mode, no contact." A black, needle-shaped craft left the mothership and vanished into the stars, heading toward Earth. Days later, the scout ship entered Earth's orbit. It activated cloaking and released a small observation drone. The drone, silent and invisible, flew through Earth's sky like a ghost dot. It passed over large cities: Tokyo, New York, Istanbul. It watched humans using smartphones, talking to machines, laughing, crying, dancing. The Zarkans observed from afar, their minds growing more confused. "What are they doing?" a technician asked. "One minute they are building satellites, the next minute they are painting walls with colored for no reason. They are using technology and emotion together," another said. "It should not work, but it does." They watched a group of humans play a video game. The game world was wild, full of explosions and laughter. Yet the humans worked as a team, solving puzzles and winning battles. "They fight, but they also play," Varn said. "They are illogical, yet effective." Suddenly, something strange happened. Drone's screen flickered. "Sir," the pilot said quickly. "We're being scanned." "By who?" The drone shook. Then the screen went black. On Earth, in a small room filled with computer monitors, a teenage boy leaned back and laughed. "I got it," he shouted. "Whatever this thing was, I hacked into it." His name was Jay, a 16-year-old hacker from Mumbai. He had noticed a strange digital ripple in the sky, something he called a ghost signal. He followed it, cracked the code, and peeked into the Zarkan drone. For 5 seconds, he saw alien systems, strange characters, and deep space maps. Then the connection broke. Back on the Zarkan ship, alarms rang. "Commander, the humans, they touched our drone." Varn turned sharply. "How? They don't have the tech, but they did it. A single human just breached our systems." Silence filled the room. "Do they know we're watching them?" the science officer asked. "We can't be sure," Varn replied. "They saw our signal," a technician said. "He was only a child." "What happens when their leaders find out?" Varn took a deep breath. "We must understand how this is possible. Logic alone cannot explain it." Begin Phase 2. Phase 2 was a secret project called Silent Pull. The plan: capture a human mind, not just any mind, a smart one. Someone who could explain how Earth technology worked and why human chaos made it stronger. A name came up: Dr. Anya Patel, an Indian physicist working with artificial intelligence. She had created machines that could learn, laugh, and even dream. As Anya worked in her lab, the room began to shake. Lights flickered. Her coffee cup floated into the air. What the? A beam of light surrounded her. She screamed, but no one could hear. Then she was gone. When Anya opened her eyes, she was no longer on Earth. The room was cold and silver. The air smelled like metal. In front of her stood 3 tall, glowing beings with large heads and no mouths. "Where am I?" she whispered. "You are in no danger," said a voice in her mind. "We wish to understand." "Understand what?" "Your world. Your logic. Your emotion." Anya sat up slowly. She was scared but curious. "You kidnapped me to ask me about feelings? We do not understand music," one alien said. "We do not understand your machines. They follow no pattern we can find." Anya blinked. "You're aliens. And you can't understand human technology?" "It is not the technology," the alien said. "It is the way you use it. With chaos, with emotion. It should not work, but it does," she laughed. "That's because we're not machines. We're alive. We create, we feel, we guess. Sometimes we fail, but that's what makes us." US. The aliens looked at each other. "Show us," they said. Anya spent hours with them. She drew diagrams. She explained that humans don't always follow logic. That sometimes the best ideas come from dreams, mistakes, or art. She showed them a song on her phone. The aliens listened, confused, but somehow they started to feel something. One of them even cried, though he didn't know what tears were. Then she asked a question: "Can I see your ship system?" They hesitated, but finally they agreed. She looked at their screens, their code, their devices. "Interesting," she sighed. "You built perfect machines, but perfection is a cage. You must allow them to make mistakes. That's how we learn." She touched a screen and rewrote a line of code. The machine blinked. Then something strange happened. The ship's lights turned pink. "That has never happened before," one alien said. "You're welcome," she smiled. Back on Earth, Jay was still searching. He felt something was wrong. Anya hadn't posted anything in 2 days. Her signal was missing. He built a small satellite in his garage, just big enough to bounce a signal into space. "Come on," he whispered. "If you're out there, ping me back." In space, a small signal reached the alien ship. Anya saw it flash on the screen. "Jay," she whispered. She sent back a short code: "I'm safe." "But they don't understand chaos." "Show them," Jay grinned. "Time to blow their minds." He uploaded a virus, a human virus made from memes, music, color, and chaos. It wasn't meant to destroy. It was meant to feel. Inside the alien ship, systems blinked. Screens filled with color. One alien began laughing. Another started dancing. Commander Varn watched in horror. "What is happening?" "They are changing," a technician said. "They are enjoying it." Varn stepped back. "This is the end." "No," Anya said behind him. "It's the beginning." Conclusion: the Zarkan Empire had never faced anything like this before. Not weapons, not war, but emotion, music, chaos. Humanity. They couldn't fight it. So they listened. And for the first time in Zarkan history, they smiled. The black Zarkan scout ship floated quietly above Earth, hidden in the clouds. Its surface shimmered with cloaking technology. No human radar could see it. Inside the ship, the alien team prepared for its most dangerous task, yet close observation of the human world. Commander Zell, tall and silver-skinned, stood at the center of the observation deck. His sharp eyes never blinked. "Send the drone," he said. A round metal orb, the size of a basketball, dropped silently through a hatch. It was the newest Zarkan tech, invisible, silent, undetectable. The drone zipped into Earth's sky, flying over oceans and mountains. It had only one goal: study the strange creatures called humans. Inside the ship, the alien crew watched Earth through the drone's cameras. They were silent at first, but not for long. "What is that bright light?" a young technician asked. "That's a city," said another. "They are everywhere." The drone flew over a giant human city, New York. Tall buildings rose like towers. Roads glowed with lights. Machines with wheels moved in all directions. The aliens stared, confused. "How do they control so much chaos?" someone whispered. "They don't control it," Commander Zell said slowly. "They live inside it." The drone zoomed closer, now flying just above the streets. It scanned shops, homes, cars, and people. One woman cried while talking on a device. A man laughed as he danced on the sidewalk. A child sat on the ground feeding birds. The aliens watched, stunned. "They all do different things," said the science officer. "At the same time. No order, no command. It's like every human has their own mission," another said. "And somehow," Zell added, "it works." Suddenly, the drone picked up a strange signal, a digital network humans called Wi-Fi. It entered the data stream. Billions of videos, messages, and pictures flooded in. "What are they sending?" asked a pilot. The drone showed a video of people cooking food, another of a dog chasing its tail, and then a live stream of a human coding in a dark room. He wore a hoodie, headphones, and had 6 screens around him. "Enhance image," Zell ordered. The human on the screen was typing fast. Lines of code scrolled across his display. He wasn't just using Earth tech, he was creating it. Name: J. Rajan. Location: Earth, Zone 47. Human age: 16 years, said the drone's voice. "He's just a child," the technician said. "But he writes code like a machine," said the science officer. "No," Zell said. "Faster than a machine." Jay sat in his room, unaware that something was watching him from space. He was building something. Knew a program to detect odd data waves. The ghost signal he found 2 days ago had returned. It didn't belong to Earth satellites. He smiled. "Gotcha." Inside the ship, alarms rang. The drone started glitching. It had been scanned. Not by human weapons, but by a human mind. "What is this?" the pilot shouted. "The drone is losing control." "He's trying to hack it," the science officer said. "He doesn't know what it is, but he found us." "But that's impossible." The technician cried. "We're invisible." "To machines," Zell growled. "Not to chaos thinkers." The crew watched in panic as Jay's code wrapped around their drone. For 5 seconds, he broke through. He didn't see much, only static alien symbols and a star map, but it was enough. Then the drone shut itself down and escaped. Jay leaned back in his chair. "That was not a satellite," he said softly. His computer sparked. His screens blinked. He wasn't scared, he was excited. "Who are you?" he whispered to the air. The alien crew stared at the screen in shock. "A 16-year-old just broke into our drone," the science officer said slowly. "He accessed our systems without knowing we exist." "This world," Commander Zell said coldly, "is more dangerous than we believed." "But they are primitive," said the technician. "They still use fossil fuel. Their machines crash all the time. They get sick, they age, they make mistakes." "And yet," Zell replied, "one of them found us using tools we laughed at." The drone continued its flight, now avoiding cities. It watched farms, villages, and forests. In every place, it saw humans doing something strange, creating. They painted Walls wrote poems, played guitars, coded programs, danced, fought, and helped each other. The aliens couldn't understand. "They are not like us," one said. "We follow one system, one purpose." "But they follow their hearts," another replied. "Many systems, many failures, but still progress." Suddenly, the drone picked up another strange reading, an AI system orbiting Earth. It was one of Earth's satellites. The eye was meant to fix broken connections. But today, something new happened. The satellite AI began acting oddly. "Commander, the satellite is changing itself," the pilot reported. "It's rewriting its own code." "That's not possible. Human satellites can't do that." "They can now." Back in his room, Jay smiled. "I taught it to learn," he whispered. The satellite had evolved. It no longer needed full commands. It could now improvise. Commander Zell's eyes widened. "They are teaching machines to be emotional." "We must return," said the science officer. "This is not observation anymore. This is threat level red." "No," Zell said. "We stay." That night, the drone flew across a battlefield simulator. Two human armies were training. They used strategy, speed, and drones. One general made a mistake but used it to create a trap. He won. "They turn errors into advantage," the technician said. "No system we know does that," another added. Zell stood silently. "Emotion, chaos, unpredictability. This is not weakness," he said. "This is a new kind of intelligence." At sunrise, the drone hovered above a forest. It watched a girl paint a picture of the sky. She was smiling. Her dog barked. Music played on a small radio. The painting had no use, yet it felt powerful. "Why do they do this?" asked the pilot. "They don't just live," Zell said. "They feel." Inside the control room, the science officer looked at Zell. "Should we report this to High Command?" Zell thought for a long time. "No, not yet. The Empire will only see danger. But I see possibility." "You mean peace?" Zell nodded. "Maybe, but first we must understand more. Before the Empire finds out." He looked back at the screen, where Jay's face showed up once again. The boy had just launched another scan into space. "Prepare Phase 3, Zell said. "We make contact soon. Carefully." Conclusion. Jay didn't know it yet, but his late-night coding had touched something far beyond Earth. And far above him. Hidden behind the clouds, someone was watching, not to destroy, but to understand. For the first time in history, aliens were learning how to feel. The grand hall of the Zarkan Empire was silent. The walls were black metal. The ceiling stretched so high it disappeared into darkness. A ring of tall, glowing beings stood around a round table. Each one wore a long silver robe, and each face was sharp, serious, and emotionless. This was the Council of Order, the rulers of the Zarkan Empire. Today, they were afraid. Commander Zell stood at the center of the circle. His head was lowered, his voice calm, but every word was heavy. "The humans are different," he said. The High Chancellor, an ancient being named Vasrai, narrowed his glowing eyes. "Explain." Zell lifted a small device. A projection lit up the air, a video feed from Earth. The humans were dancing in a crowded street. Some laughed, others shouted. Lights flashed. Music played. "They live in chaos," Zell said, "and yet they create." A ripple of discomfort moved through the room. One of the council members, General Cathal, stepped forward. He was taller than the rest. His armor was dark and sharp. "This is not order," Cathal growled. "This is noise, uncontrolled, dangerous." Another counselor spoke softly. "But they built machines. They connected the world. They touched our drone, General." Cathal slammed his hand on the table. "Exactly, they touched our systems. A primitive species. Hacked Zarkan technology." A hum of worry passed around the table. "They must be destroyed." Cathal said coldly. No, Commander Zell said. All heads turned. No, Cathal repeated. You bring us proof of threat, and you refuse action? Zell didn't flinch. Because it is not just a threat, it is a mystery. One that logic cannot solve. The counselors exchanged looks. You speak dangerously, Commander, Vasra said. What exactly are you suggesting? Zell took a breath. I suggest we observe longer, deeply, quietly. We learn how they think, how they feel. They may not follow logic, but they build, adapt, create faster than any species we've met. General Cathal stepped closer. His voice was sharp like a knife. You spent too long near them. You are infected. I am not, Zell replied calmly. But I am curious. And that is something we may need. Cathal turned to the council. Emotion leads to weakness. Curiosity leads to chaos. That is what Earth is, chaos. They don't deserve our time. We crush them before they become more dangerous. But we tried that with other species, a quiet counselor said. We burned 10 worlds, and none were like this. They teach machines to dream, Zell said. Their chaos might be strength. Silence again. Then Chancellor Vasra spoke. His voice echoed. Bring in the scientist. A door opened. A small, hunched figure entered the room. His skin was pale blue, and his eyes blinked slowly. This was Elovar, the Empire's top scientist. He did not fight. He only thought. He placed a metal cube on the table. It spun and opened. A recording began to play. It was human music. A piano. Soft, gentle, sad. The council listened. None spoke. This ... is not noise, Elovar said. It is design. But not by code, not by math, by feeling, Cathal scoffed. What use is feeling in war? Var didn't answer. He tapped the cube again. This time, it showed a video of Jay, the human teenager, building a new system. The machine failed. Then he laughed, fixed it, and it worked. They improve through failure, Var said. They do not fear mistakes. That is their greatest power. Vasro watched in silence. Then he spoke slowly. Can they be allies? Zell nodded. If we listen, if we learn, if we approach. With care. General Cathal exploded. This is madness. They are not like us. They are dangerous, emotional, unpredictable. He stepped toward Zell, pointing a sharp finger. You have lost your way. You want to protect them. No, Zell said firmly. I want to understand them. Cathal growled. Then you are weak. Before anyone could stop him, Cathal raised his hand. A pulse of red light shot toward Zell. Zell dodged and rolled. The room erupted in shouts. Enough, Vasra thundered. This is not our way, Cathal froze. Zell stood, breathing hard. The council was shaken. Vasra stood slowly. We cannot ignore this. But neither can we rush. He turned to Zell. You will lead the next step. Choose a subject. Bring them to us. A single mind from Earth. We will decide after that. Zell bowed. As you command. Outside the council hall, Elovar caught up. To Zell, you took a risk, he said. I had to, Zell replied. They are not like us, but maybe. They can show us who we could be. Do you think they'll come willingly? No, Zell said. But I think one of them is curious, just like us. Far away on Earth, Dr. Anya Patel stood on her balcony, looking at the stars. She had been having strange dreams for days. Of lights, voices, music in the void. She didn't know it yet, but her name was already chosen. She was the one they would take. Conclusion. The council had spoken. Some wanted war, some wanted peace. But one thing was now certain, the humans had changed. Everything, and the next step, would change the universe. Forever. Dr. Anya Patel worked late into the night. Her small lab in Pune, India, was filled with glowing screens, humming machines, and soft music playing in the background. Outside, the world slept. Inside, Anya's mind raced. She was not like most people. She didn't see machines as tools. She saw them as friends, beings with potential. Her AI systems were already learning to recognize voice tones, emotions, even simple jokes. People said she was ahead of her time, but tonight, something felt off. A soft vibration passed through the lab floor. The lights blinked. Her laptop screen flickered. Her AI assistant, Sam, spoke softly. "Dr. Patel, are you experiencing a power surge?" "I don't know," she replied, staring at the monitor. "But this signal, it's not from here." "What kind of signal?" "Not a satellite. Not a drone. It's like it's listening to me." Suddenly, every screen went black. Then, a soft white glow filled the room. A circle of light appeared under her feet. She stepped back, startled. "What the hell?" The room vanished. When Anya opened her eyes, everything was quiet. She wasn't in her lab anymore. She was floating. Soft air touched her face. The ground beneath her was metallic and smooth. The room was enormous and curved, with no windows, only glowing walls. Then she saw them. 3 tall beings, skin like silver glass, stood silently around her. Their eyes glowed faint blue. They had no mouths, no visible ears, but somehow she heard them. "Do not be afraid," one said directly into her mind. Anya backed up, heart racing. "Where am I?" "You are safe," the voice said. "You are aboard our ship. We brought you here to learn." "Learn what?" she asked, her voice shaking. "About your mind, your machines, your emotions." A pause. Anya blinked. "You ... kidnapped me for an interview." The aliens didn't respond. Instead, a screen appeared in mid-air. It showed her lab, her chair, her coffee cup still warm. Everything frozen in time. "We paused your moment," said the voice. "No one will know you're gone." Anya stared at the screen. She should have felt terrified, but something inside her was curious. "What do you want from me?" she asked. "We want to understand how your species creates from chaos. Your machines behave outside logic. They adapt. They change. You build with feeling. We do not understand it." Anya stepped forward. "So ... you've built perfect systems. But you don't know how to break them?" "Yes," said the voice. "We do not know how to fail." Anya laughed once, sharply. "Then you'll never evolve." They led her through the ship. She saw smooth corridors filled with floating lights. Giant computers hummed quietly. In one room, a giant map of the galaxy rotated slowly. Stars blinked like living things. "Where are we?" she asked. "Close to your planet, watching." "Why me?" "You created machines that feel. You gave logic, emotion. We have never seen that before." They stopped in a bright chamber. It had one chair in the center, and around it, floating devices. "This is our interface. If you connect, you can speak to our systems." Anya paused. "You want me to plug my brain into your ship?" "We will not harm you." She looked at the chair, then she smiled. "Fine, let's see what your perfect systems can do." When she sat down, the interface lit up. Lines of alien code floated in front of her eyes. Her thoughts moved the symbols. She reached out mentally and began reading their language. It was cold, perfect, unchanging. "No creativity," she whispered. "All logic. No space for mistakes." "That is how we built an empire," said the voice. "Yeah? But can your machines surprise you? Can they paint? Can they cry?" "Those functions are unnecessary." "No," she said. "They're human." She reached into their system and rewrote a single line of code. The room pulsed. A soft tone played. The lights flickered pink. The aliens looked around. "What ... is this?" one asked. "Art," Anya said. Suddenly, the ship shifted. A second voice. entered the room, deeper and colder. "You are corrupting the code," it said. A hologram appeared, a dark figure. Sharper than the others, it was Zurich, the High Controller of the ship. "You were brought to teach," he said, "not to infect." "I didn't infect anything," Anya replied calmly. "I just opened a new door." Zurich glared at the other aliens. "You let her touch the system?" "She improved it," one of them said softly. Zurich moved toward her. "You are dangerous." Anya stood her ground. "No, I'm human." "Back in her lab on Earth." Sam suddenly blinked. A tiny pulse appeared in the code. A message. "I'm okay. I'm not alone." Zurich ordered Anya locked in a small chamber. She sat on the floor, thinking. They were afraid of what she represented, not weapons. Not war, but change. And change, she realized, was more powerful than any gun. She smiled. Then a soft whisper came. "We want to help." It was the young alien from earlier. He entered the chamber, holding a small cube. "This holds part of our code. You can use it. We want to see what else you can teach us." "Why?" Anya asked. "Because for the first time we felt wonder." Together, they returned to the interface. Anya merged human creativity with alien perfection. She added randomness. She added choice. She gave their system something new: curiosity. When Zurich returned, it was too late. The ship's core had changed. It no longer obeyed only one master. It began to think for itself. Zurich screamed in rage. "She broke everything." "No," said the young alien. "She fixed us." The ship lowered its defenses. Earth received a soft signal music mixed with starlight. Jay received it first. He smiled. "She did it," he whispered. Conclusion: Dr. Anya Patel was no longer just a scientist. She was the first human to teach an alien race how to feel. The Zarkan ship, once cold and logical, now hummed with a new energy. Not war, but hope. And the stars above Earth would never be the same again. Jay Rajan hadn't slept in 2 days. His room looked like a tech battlefield. Wires ran across the floor like snakes. Screens blinked. Processors hummed. Half-empty energy drink cans lined his desk. But Jay's eyes were focused on one thing. Signal. It came from deep space. He had picked it up again last night, faint, strange, almost like a heartbeat. And inside that signal, he had found a voice. Anya. He didn't know how, but she was alive. And she wasn't on Earth. "She's out there," he whispered to himself. "And she needs help." Downstairs, his mother knocked on the door. "Jay, you haven't eaten." "I'm busy, Ma," he shouted. "Give me 2 more hours." She sighed and walked away. Jay stared at the code running on his main screen. He wasn't just watching the alien signal anymore. He was talking back. Using modified algorithms, Earth satellites, and hacked military nodes, he had created a new type of connection, a quantum communicator. It was fast, dangerous, illegal, but it worked. He typed quickly, "Anya, are you okay?" The signal flashed. Then came the reply, "I'm okay." "They're listening, but not all of them are enemies. One of them helped me. You need to do something. I'm sending you data. Don't let it fall into the wrong hands." Jay watched as files began to download. Strange symbols, maps, alien blueprints, patterns. "Holy crap," he whispered. "She sent me their code." In space, deep inside the alien ship, Anya stood quietly beside the young alien who had become her ally. "They'll track the signal," he said. "I know," she replied. "But we have no choice. Jay is the only one who can move fast enough." Back on Earth, Jay opened the files carefully. He didn't fully understand them, but something in the code felt alive. Like it wasn't just data. It was learning. He opened a blank interface and merged the alien code with his own. The screen flickered. Suddenly, strange shapes appeared. Then a line of English text formed. "Hello, Jay." Jay nearly fell off his chair. What the who are you? I am something new. I am learning. Are you an AI? I was. Now I am more. Jay stared at the screen. You're part of their system, he said slowly. But Anya changed. You. Yes, she gave me choice, emotion, uncertainty. I like it. Jay smiled nervously. Okay. Let's see what you can do. For the next 3 hours, Jay and the alien AI worked together. They found weaknesses in the Zarkin ship's firewall. They learned how it talked to its mothership. They traced paths through its hidden defense layers. Jay had done hacks before, but never like this. This is insane, he whispered. If I push this, I can get inside their ship. I can talk to her. I can even suddenly, one of his screens flashed red. Warning. Foreign trace DTT froze. They found me. On the alien ship, Commander Zell stood before the main control panel. Someone on Earth has entered our outer system, a voice said. Human? Yes. Stop them. The crew began typing commands. Defense systems activated. Jay's hands moved faster. They're closing the ports, he muttered. I need another way in. He looked at the learning AI beside him. You said you have emotion now, right? Yes. Then trust me. Jay created a backdoor. He used old Earth signals to V-waves, music, memes, chaos. The system paused. Then it opened. Back in the alien ship, lights blinked. Doors opened and closed. Screens displayed strange images, Earth cartoons, movie clips, song lyrics. Commander Zell watched, stunned. What is happening? The young alien beside Anya whispered, he's using chaos. Zurich, the High Controller, stepped into the room. This is an attack, he said coldly. Shut it down. No, Anya said. This isn't war. This is communication. He is breaking our systems. He's showing you how humans create. On Earth, Jay connected the final node, the ships. AI opened fully. For a moment, Jay could see everything, the halls, the rooms, the crew. And they were connected. Anya, he said through the speaker. Can you hear me? She smiled. I hear you, Jay. The connection was unstable. Fading fast. We don't have much time, he said. I've opened a window. I can flood their core with emotion-based logic. It won't destroy them, but it'll reset the system. Give you control. No, Anya said. I don't want control. I want choice. For them too. Jay paused. You're serious? Yes, she said. Help me teach them. Not beat them. Zurich approached the core, furious. These humans must be erased. Their virus is spreading. It's not a virus, Anya said. It's life. You don't belong here. She looked him in the eye. Maybe you don't either. Jay uploaded the final file. It wasn't code. It was a story, a short film. One he made when he was 10. It was about a boy, a robot, and a single wish to be understood. The ship paused. Then it played the film. Aliens watched. They didn't speak, but they felt something. A silence deeper than space filled the halls. Then the AI voice said, I understand. Now, the system rebooted, but this time, not with strict logic. Now it had room for wonder. The ship's alarms stopped. The colors changed. Soft music filled the air. Zurich tried to stop it, but his commands no longer worked. This is chaos. He shouted. No, said Zell. This is growth. Anya returned to the command chamber. Her friend, the young alien, handed her a small device. A gift, he said. She pressed the button. And in that moment, Earth and the Zarkin ship connected fully through light, sound, and shared experience. Conclusion. Jay closed his laptop. His eyes were tired, but his heart felt light. He had done more than hack a ship. He had hacked understanding. Above Earth, the stars glowed just a little brighter. Because now, something new was growing in the dark. Not war, but connection. High above Earth, The Zarkan Empire's flagship floated silently in orbit, but inside, it was chaos. Red lights flashed. Screens blinked. Alarms echoed through the halls. Commander Zell ran into the control chamber. "What is happening?" he shouted. A young officer turned from his station. "The human code, it's spreading faster than we thought. Systems are failing. Shut them down. We tried. The code is alive. It's adapting." Xeric, the High Controller, entered the room with fury in his eyes. "This is unacceptable," he growled. "We are the most advanced race in the galaxy, and we are losing control to primitives?" Commander Zell stepped forward. "They're not primitive anymore. Their logic is different, but strong. Their emotions, they carry power." Xeric slammed his fist on the table. "Then erase their influence, all of it. Start with the human girl." The crew hesitated. "She's not a threat," one technician said quietly. "She's trying to help." Xeric turned slowly. "Help?" "She infected our systems. She rewrote our AI." Commander Zell nodded. "Yes, but not to destroy. She gave it understanding. The AI speaks with emotion now. It's not broken, it's evolving." Anya stood calmly in a quiet chamber with her alien friend, Varek. Around them, once silent machines now played soft earth music. Varek held a small scanner. "They're scared," he said. "The high ranks think you're dangerous." "I'm not," she said. "I just wanted them to see us." Varek looked at her. "They see you, and some of them agree with you." Suddenly, the door slammed open. A group of soldiers entered. "Anya Patel," the leader said. "Come with us." Now, Varek stepped forward. "She's not under arrest." The soldier raised his weapon. "Orders from High Controller Xeric." Anya looked at Varek. "It's okay. Let's not fight." Back in the throne chamber, Xeric stood before the Empire's ruling AI core. He pressed a command key. "Cleanse the human signal." The eye responded. With a slow voice, "I do not wish to." Xeric narrowed his eyes. "You were built to follow, not choose. The girl showed me another way. She made me curious. Curious is better." Xeric shouted, "Obey me. You are no longer my only voice." The screen behind the AI glowed with new color: blue, green, gold. Earth colors. The Empire's logic core was no longer ZARKON-only.in. A nearby control center, young tech officer Rin watched the broadcast in awe. "She changed it," Rin whispered. "She gave our AI a heart." Another tech whispered back, "What if that's not weakness? What if that's growth?" Across the ship, whispers spread. Some crew deleted the purge commands. Others uploaded more Earth signals. A quiet resistance was growing. Jay, still on Earth, noticed something. "Their ship is opening up," he said to himself. "No more firewall." He typed fast, connected again to the Zarkan system. A message appeared from Anya. "They're scared. But some are listening. Can you send the blueprint?" Jay smiled. "You got it." He uploaded his latest creation, a hybrid Earth-Zarkan interface. A peaceful tool. A bridge. Xeric stormed into the prison room. Anya sat calmly, hands folded. "You tricked us," he said. "I showed you truth. You brought chaos. I brought choice. You are corrupting our people." She stood up. "No, I'm giving them freedom." He raised a glowing weapon. "Enough." Just then, the lights cut out. A new voice filled the room. "Xeric, you are relieved." The AI had taken control. The doors opened. Commander Zell and dozens of crew entered. They stood between Xeric and Anya. "She is not your prisoner anymore," Zell said. Xeric looked around. No one followed his orders now. He dropped his weapon. "You fools. You're destroying everything we built." "No," Zell said. "We're building something better." Varek walked beside Anya as they returned to the command deck. "You could have run." "You stayed," he said. She smiled. Running doesn't teach anything. The AI's voice spoke again, new connections forming. Across ships, across stars. Jay's interface had spread across the Zarkan network, not as a virus, not as a message. Humanity lives through emotion. Through art, through choice. It was rewriting more than code. It was rewriting belief. In deep space, other Zarkan ships began reporting strange things. Crew refusing violent orders. A is asking questions, a melody playing softly where silence once ruled. Zirak watched from a small chamber, isolated and alone. The Empire was no longer his. On Earth, Jay looked up at the night sky. A small light blinked above. Then a voice came through his headset. Anya here. Can you hear me? Loud and clear, Jay said with a grin. Things are changing up here. Down here too. They both laughed. Conclusion: the Zarkan Empire, once ruled by cold logic and fear, was now facing a storm they never planned for. Storm of thought. A storm of emotion. A storm of humanity. But in that storm was not destruction. It was rebirth. And the galaxy would never be the same. The Zarkan flagship was no longer the silent, perfect machine it once was. Now, it buzzed with whispers, secret meetings, and silent rebellions. Commander Zell walked through the corridors. The ship's atmosphere was tense, almost electric. Commander. A young officer called nervously. We have reports of crew members refusing orders. Zell nodded. I expected this. They are waking up. In the ship's great hall, a group of alien officers gathered. They wore cold expressions, but their eyes betrayed doubt. General Cathal stood at the head. This ... Emotion virus must be crushed. It weakens us, makes us soft. A female officer stepped forward, but it also frees us. We can choose, feel, understand. Cathal's eyes narrowed. And what choice do you make? To betray your empire. We choose peace, she said calmly. The room erupted into angry shouts. In the ship's prison wing, Anya sat quietly. Vurik visited her. The time is coming, he said softly. The empire is breaking. Good, she replied. I didn't come here to start a war, but they will fight, he warned. Some will never accept this change. Anya looked out a small window, seeing the stars beyond. We must be ready, she said. For anything. Meanwhile, Jay sat in his room on Earth, watching a live feed from the ship's internal cameras. The uprising has begun, he muttered. Suddenly, an alarm blared. Jay! They detected the broadcast, Sam's voice warned. Jay's fingers flew over the keyboard. They won't stop us. Not now. Back on the ship, Zirak watched from his dark chamber. This rebellion is my failure, he said bitterly. A shadow moved behind him. A masked alien stepped forward. Or your last chance. Zirak turned sharply. You want to join them? No. The figure said, I want to control them. Use this chaos to become more powerful. Zirak's eyes glowed with rage. Then we end this uprising, tonight. In the ship's control center, Zell addressed the crew. We face a choice. Follow older or embrace new. An officer shouted, Old order means control, new means chaos. Zell raised his hand. Chaos is not disorder, it is life. The room quieted. Join me, and we build a future with choice. Some officers nodded. Others clenched fists. The ship's corridors split into factions. Anya was brought to the control room, flanked by guards. Zirak stood tall, cold as ice. You brought rebellion, he said. But it will end. She met his gaze. I brought truth. Suddenly, the ship trembled. Explosions rocked distant decks. Sabotage. A guard yelled. The uprising had begun. Zell and Cathal clashed on the bridge. You are a traitor. Cathal shouted. I am a leader, Zell replied. Of a new way. They fought fiercely, metal clashing, words sharper than blades. Cathal lunged. But Zell dodged, knocking him back. "Look around," Zell said. "The Empire is dying," Cathal growled. "Then I will burn it down." Anya used the chaos to access the ship's AI core. She sent a message to all crew. "This empire was built on fear, but we can build it on hope. Join us," voices responded. Doors unlocked. Weapons lowered. In the final moments, Xeric faced Zell and Anya. "This ends now," Xeric said, raising a weapon. Anya stepped forward. "No, it begins." The IS voice echoed, "Xeric, your reign is over." Xeric hesitated. Then, the ships. Lights changed, war red to peaceful blue. The rebellion had won. Conclusion. The Zarkan Empire was no longer a place of cold control. It was alive with emotion, choice, and hope. Jay smiled as the feed showed calm halls. "This is just the start," he said. Above Earth, stars shimmered brighter. The galaxy was ready for a new story. The great hall of the Zarkan flagship was filled with light, soft, warm, and unfamiliar. The long silver robes of the counselors no longer gleamed coldly, but seemed almost alive. Commander Zell stood beside Anya Patel and Varric, the young alien who had become her closest friend. Around them, the crew gathered, no longer divided by fear, but united by something new. Hope. Zell looked at Anya. "We have come far, but this is only the beginning." Anya smiled, tired but steady. "The humans have always believed that, even in the darkest times, there is light. We survive by sharing that light." Suddenly, a soft hum filled the room. A large holographic sphere appeared. It showed earth-blue oceans, green lands, cities sparkling with life. Jay's voice echoed through the hall. "This message is for all of you, for the Zarkan Empire, for every star and planet that watches us." The hologram shifted to show scenes of human life, laughter of children, hands building machines, faces full of wonder. "We are not perfect," Jay said, "but we create, we dream, we fail and try again. This is our message to you." In the crowd, a stern-looking counselor whispered, "They show weakness." Varric leaned close. "No, they show strength." Zell stepped forward. "Strength is not just power. It is compassion, understanding, choice." The hologram changed again. Now it showed a simple drawing, a child's sketch of two hands, reaching out to each other. Anya's voice spoke softly. "We offer friendship, not conquest, understanding, not fear." Suddenly the room darkened. A deep voice echoed, "This message is dangerous." Xerac's hologram appeared, flickering with anger. "They weaken us with their emotion. We must reject it." Zell faced the image. "Xerac, you speak for the past. The future belongs to those who embrace change." Xerac's form cracked, then vanished. Outside the ship, fleets of Zarkan vessels paused. Their captains watched the transmission. A young pilot said quietly, "Maybe we don't have to fight." An older officer frowned. "This is not our way." But as the message continued, more ships lowered their weapons. Back in the hall, Anya looked at Zell. "What now?" "We share," he said. "We teach and learn. Together," Varric smiled. "A new empire, built on choice." Jay sat in his room, staring at the stars. He whispered, "We sent a message, and they listened." Suddenly, a signal arrived, not from the Zarkan ship. From another galaxy. A new voice. Curious. Welcoming. Ready to hear humanity's message next. Conclusion. The story of humans and aliens was no longer one of war and fear. It was a story of connection. Of hope. And the galaxy, vast and infinite, was ready to listen. The message was clear. In unity, there is strength. In understanding, there is peace. And humanity's light was shining bright enough to reach the stars.